What's good, you animals? Jake here, dumb as ever, still a little bit sick, but I'm back here with another Transformers update video, news video, if you will. Also gonna be a little bit of a rant video, because things are so weird with Transformers right now. It's hard to even think about, much less talk about, but I'm gonna talk about it regardless. And if you like this video, please like the video and subscribe. It ain't extra. Don't even worry about it. Just like and subscribe. Don't even worry about it. Let's get into the real juicy sort of stuff going on. So New York Comic Con is happening right now, or it was just happening this weekend. New York Comic Con, always an exciting time. A bunch of new stuff gets revealed, usually very heavy comic book focus, but you know, new toys in the industry and stuff get revealed as well. Tons of stuff gets revealed at New York Comic Con, okay? At New York Comic Con, let's just get into my first issue. They are selling the Nemesis Prime with Star Saber set. Now, this set originally was meant to be $75. That was the rumor anyway. I don't know if that was ever officially confirmed, but that was a rumor. But at New York Comic Con, it cost $90. And it's $90 for the cab of Armada Optimus Prime. So it's a repaint with a slightly different head mold, but it is a repaint of the cab from Transformers Armada Optimus Prime. No trailer included. And then it also came with the Star Saber, a remake of the Star Saber from Transformers Armada. And in case you don't know, the Star Saber is a really cool weapon made of 3 different jet minicons. Now, the jet minicons look fantastic. I think they look incredible. I think the set looks incredible. None of my issues today are stemming from the toys themselves. I think the toys themselves, quite honestly, have never been better. If you're looking for high quality, highly articulated, very cool versions of classic characters, this is a great time to be a Transformers fan. Me personally, I'm very into like the old gimmicky style of toys as well, like Unicron Trilogy, so not as good of a time to be that type of fan. But right now, if you like highly articulated, really good figures that transform cool, it's a golden age, man. It's a golden age, and it's kind of silly to pretend otherwise. But the prices have gone up astronomically with the quality, and even I know a lot of people say stuff about the quality, and we'll get to that in a second. Prices have gone up really high, and the explanation is tariffs. Tariffs have been applied to a bunch of stuff coming from overseas factories, and Hasbro for sure is using overseas factories, probably in Vietnam. So yeah, tariffs are being applied to stuff being imported from outside the United States, or exported, or whatever. I don't know the words. And the whole idea with that is that American companies will set up shop and manufacturing in America instead of overseas to avoid these tariffs. I don't know if that's working out. I don't even know if Hasbro is trying to do that. What it seems to me is that Hasbro is just front loading all the extra tariff cost onto the price of the figures. So all the prices are screwed up, man. The prices are way too high on everything. The Nemesis Prime and Star Saber set is $90. Which is the same price as the Transformers Armada Optimus Prime set that comes with his trailer that transforms fully into like his legs, like a whole separate transforming section. And we're supposed to believe that 3 minicons are equivalent to that trailer. So yeah, that sucks. If $75 was already high, a lot of people were mad about that. Me personally, I was fine with it. I understand these minicons do cost as far as I can tell, based on what Hasbro does with them, it seems like these minicons are like a pain in the ass to make and then sell. Like, they're afraid of selling these minicons. So yeah, $75 was high, but that was acceptable in my mind's eye. But $90? Are you joking? What the hell? And not only that, but the minicon set has a big issue. Jetstorm, one of the minicons, is basically falling apart right out of the box. So the way Jetstorm works is the back tail section of his plane mode sort of goes over his head and out on his chest. But people are opening up their toy and it's immediately breaking when they transform him. Now, I do think this is partially people just manhandling it a little bit and like mistransforming it, because the way it works is you have to pull it back and then flip it over his head. And I think people are just kind of trying to force it over his head maybe. But the plastic seems incredibly brittle and breaking super easily. And one user at Cole Otsky shows that the clearance with the ears is super thin, like very little clearance. They had to sand down Jetstorm's horns so it would be safe to transform him. So I cannot blame this all on user error. This is definitely a QC issue for this set, and it's kind of a crazy one too, because all you would have to do to find this is just transform Jetstorm. Like, I do wonder what like the QC methods are for Hasbro. Like, do you guys not at least like try to transform one of them or something? Like, if I was doing QC for Hasbro, I'd be trying to transform it in the dumbest ways possible. I'd be really manhandling that thing to see if it can really stand like someone like a kid or something, like really messing around with it. So yeah, that's incredibly disappointing. I love Minicons. If you know me or my channel, you know I'm a big Minicon head. The Minicons, by the way, look great. I love the look of them, but this issue is just too ridiculous. The price is too ridiculous. Yeah, just a huge fumble on Hasbro's part. NYCC, I live streamed watching the PulseCon stream, and the only new thing they showed is this new Timelines 2-pack, which has a bull Optimus carrying a cart and a bird Starscream. It's kind of like a feudal Japan pack, basically. And I gotta say, the Optimus looks fantastic. Absolutely love the concept of the bull carrying the cart. That's just so fun. And I love that it seems to be like all one piece. So it kind of all transforms together. The bird Starscream looks like fine, I guess. I don't like how Transformer birds look. They just never look good to me at all, but his robot mode's kind of cool. But that was the only thing they showed off. You know, obviously they can't show off like 100 things every convention. There's like 400 conventions, and they also do their own reveals and stuff, so I'm not super mad that they didn't reveal that much, but this combined with the prices thing, it was like, it's just so disappointing. What's weird is that they showed off that Timelines 2-pack, and then they also showed off the Skybound Energon Universe Optimus Prime, which is a remold of the 86 Prime. He has Megatron's arm, just like in the in the comic book, and they also gave him a new head. They changed his Autobot symbol to match the one from the comic book a little bit, and they also painted his shins. So a little bit of an upgrade, side grade sort of thing. Does not come with his trailer. And this Optimus Prime is $80. Now, keep in mind, the original Commander class Optimus Prime that this thing is a retool of, that comes with a trailer, roller, a Energon axe, blast effects, maybe? Maybe not, I don't remember. He was $90. So $10 off, you get a new arm, new head. Like, I don't know, like, it's the tariffs. That's the issue. It's the tariffs. And people keep saying this online. I have not confirmed it, but people are saying that this got revealed at the Energon Universe panel at New York Comic Con, and they said that Robert Kirkman said that this toy was supposed to be $60. So $60 would have been a lot more reasonable for this guy just on his own. I would say even the Commander class price for the original release was kind of crazy. He's not like super big. He's shorter than Megatronus Prime. He's got some great engineering in my opinion, but he's still not he's not worth $90. But $80 for this Energon Skybound Prime, absolutely insane, unaffordable in my opinion. Just, it's unaffordable at this point. And again, the toy looks amazing. I love the look. The head sculpt looks great. Megatron's arm looks awesome. I love the weathering and like battle scar detail they added to it. I wish they added that to the whole figure, because he's way too clean to be Energon Prime, but whatever. It's ridiculous. And this is not to mention the overall pricing has gone up. So like deluxes are now $28, and I'm rounding up. Deluxes are now $28. Voyagers have gone up significantly to $43. They had like an $8 price hike, and leader classes are now $6 $60. So I'm like I don't know if I can afford Transformers anymore, man. Like, I'm dead ass serious. Even though like my job revolves around them, I don't think it's financially smart to spend money on them. It's not like a really viable hobby. Like, you can't collect a line as easily as you could 2 years ago. Like, dead ass. I feel like in the course of 2 years, the prices have shot up so high. The prices also went up during COVID, but god damn, not this much. Holy shit. I don't know. I don't know, man. I know this video is mostly complaining, and I am sorry, but I don't know what else to do at this point. Like, the toys look amazing. The toys look amazing. The prices are too high. Prices are way too high, and the QC isn't even matching the elevated price because we're getting stuff like Jetstorm breaking incredibly easy. So yeah, I'm kind of at a loss on what to even feel at this point. A lot of conflicting emotions. I did also want to mention that they're doing this Tron HasLab, and this Tron HasLab is a soft launch of a 3 3/4 inch scale returning. These figures are 3 3/4 inch scale. They have light cycles that go with them. They have like a little stand. It's 5 figures. The set looks nice. The toys look great. Okay, but the price is $260 for 5 3 3/4 inch figures and the 2 light cycles in the stand, which is crazy high. Like, the amount of stuff versus the price is astronomical, and the backers, like the amount of backers backing this set is very low and has not gone up much. When I checked out the stream on a couple days ago, like 2 days ago, I watched a stream. It was at 700 and something backers. Now, 2 days later, it's at 855 backers, and they're trying to get 10,000 backers for this HasLab. It ain't funding, bro. It ain't funding. If it does get funded, I'm calling foul play, bro. A lot of people say that Hasbro like messes with the numbers to make some of them work, and that might be true, it might not be true. There are plenty of HasLabs that failed, but yeah, I I think this is a cool idea. This is not worth $260, not even close to worth $260, and I hate that they're trying to like gauge the popularity, the idea of a 3 3/4 inch line with this HasLab, because most 3 3/4 inch collectors like them because they're cheaper. They like them because they're smaller, they don't take as much room, and they're cheaper. That is why I like 3 3/4 inch. So why do you think 3 3/4 inch collectors would even remotely be enticed by a $260 set for 5 figures? Even when considering that you get light cycles, it's not a good deal. Even when you consider you get a stupid stand that nobody really cares about, it's a bad deal. Yeah, I think, again, this was probably affected by tariffs. This probably was not $260 at some point. It was probably a little bit lower. But even then, it's based on the original Tron movie, which really doesn't have a lot of hype around it. The new Tron movie came out and it made less money than Morbius, apparently, on opening day. So I really don't know what to say besides this seems like a massive fumble by Hasbro. It feels like Hasbro has failed to read the room on the actual popularity of Tron. But yeah, that's my main thoughts. Tariffs suck. They're not they're fucking up the hobby really bad. And yeah, I just kind of want to get a vibe. What do people think about this? Do they care? Are they just buying whatever just anyway? Like, I personally can't justify a $60 leader class toy. That's ridiculous. These leader class toys are good, they're awesome, they're not $60 good. And that's just a fact. Not to mention that older toys are also $60. Dark of the Moon Shockwave, which came out like 5 years ago or something, if not longer, and came out for at like $45 or $50, is now $60 inexplicably. It now is $60 for a toy that used to cost $40. It's like, bruh, come on, bruh. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.